It doesn't matter how old you are. Doesn't matter, veteran, civilian, kid, adult, whatever the case may be. Come on out. Always a good time out here. Especially that room just went in for the first time, and it was the first time I went in there. It's true.
The streets are paved with apathy cold. Soft hands clutch phones, heads bent low. Sacrifice drowned in a sea of ease. Forgotten ghosts scream through the breeze.
Hey, it's Thursday. You know what that means. What a great day to be alive on a Thursday night here, right here in Cochise County, Arizona. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the show of shows. At least my show, you know. Wow, okay, enough of the rhyme. Cochise County Veteran-Owned Business with me, Erik. Happy to see you. Get ready for the weekend. Zieba. What's going on, everyone? I hope everybody has been having a great Thursday. I hope you've been having a great week. I hope you're looking forward to the weekend because we got a lot of stuff going on, to include the Stand Up for Freedom Street Fair going on 4 to 9, June 27th, this Saturday, behind the Warrior Healing Center in the big alleyway. You can't miss it, but if you miss it, there's a lot of people that'll be able to direct you there, so come on out. Lots of fun going to be going down. 40 plus vendors, 8 of them food vendors. Kids zone. Whole bunch of good stuff. But you won't know unless you show. So come on out. But I will touch on that more later because today I got a heck of a show for you. Obviously, they're not in the studio because we went to their place of employment, their business, their brick-and-mortar, if you will. And as a special bonus, because we just got done voting for those Best of Sierra Vistas top 3. Ugh. No, really, it feels good to be nominated. But hey, there's always next year. At least that's for me. But one of them is one of the top 3 in veteran-owned business. Always good to catch up with one of those individuals. And first timer. You always remember your first time on the show. So, hey, enough about this. Let's go ahead, head on out there. We are going to Rage Quit Games, and we're going to go have a conversation with Josh, and we're going to do that right now.
Hey everyone, welcome out to Cochise County Veteran-Owned Business. Today I am at Rage Quit Games. Maybe you've heard of them, maybe you haven't, but I'm very sure you've heard of them. They've been here for
about 2.5 years now.
2.5 years. And believe me, he's been making a lot of noise. As a matter of fact, he's made so much noise, he's in a couple top 3s for best of. But I'm not going to start this story. I'm going to let him introduce himself, and then we're going to go from there.
Well, my name is Josh Rambo. Everybody calls me Rambo. I've gone by that since about 6th grade. And then going into the military, it just really kind of worked for me. So,
how long was you in the military?
I joined in 2002 and did about 11 years in, just shy of 11, with 3 tours in Iraq. Started as a combat engineer, and I got sick of getting blown up and shot at. So changed to MI Electronics. So I was a 33 Whiskey, 35 Tango for most of it.
Okay, so it was Army side.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 33 Whiskey. So which, MI side?
MI, yeah. It's basically they took all of the signal guys, gave us clearances, and so all the skill sets of all the signal MOSs kind of together is what the old school ones were like.
Oh yeah, it was good. I was signal for a while, but then they said, yeah, your people can be ordnance. So like, fine, we'll blow stuff up too.
I mean, and trust me, I did miss blowing things up, because that was part of the fun. It's just when you get blown up, it's a lot less fun.
Yeah, it's good to aim one way. It's not for it to aim the other way. No. So 11 years in, are you originally from Sierra Vista, or was it because of the MOS when you maybe changed over? Was that the reason?
Well, so I'm originally from Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
And I joined the military. I was 19 going on 20.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got out, I was actually at Fort Meade. And I turned down a job working at Office of Naval Intelligence. The pay for the Beltway, it was just too low. Came out here as a contractor and have been out here ever since. The slower pace of Sierra Vista versus cities. It really jives with a lot of the personality that comes after deployments.
A big, huge veteran community, so we will work with everything.
Yep.
Contractor, how long was you contractor?
So from about 2013 until, I don't know, about 2018, 2020. Because I did several. I worked traveling, teaching displaced equipment training to National Guard soldiers. I taught at the 35 Tango Schoolhouse here on Huachuca.
Okay.
I was even a Prophet FSE for a while, and then I worked on a IT infrastructure overhaul for one of the government agencies as well. So it just kind of was what it was, but it was time to move on from this.
He's doing a lot of good things, but you just want to do a little something different. So was that the slow transition to getting out of contracting, getting out of that, into what brought you into what you're doing today?
Sort of. I was buying and selling like storage units and going around doing the online resale as a side hustle. Just something to do. The excitement, the dopamine hits really is what you're really looking for, because it's like, you open this random box and you're like, oh my God, I haven't seen one of those ever. And it's almost gambling. You take the military intelligence skill sets though, and you start looking at the signs and the signals of it all. And so you're really reading the room, and you just apply that to your gamble. And then I did work with another boutique game store here in town for a couple of years. And when I was done with that, I wasn't intending to open a store. I was just done. And a couple months later, my buddy and I, we'd been batting it about for a while, and we just kind of jumped in with both feet.
And this was because you said you was with the other store, but this was the place where you opened here.
Yes.
Okay.
This location is the only location we've ever been.
And 2.5 years. So how was it in the beginning, just starting out? I mean, I know if you're, like you said, you would get boxes and like going, woohoo, that would be great on the market. But how did you slowly start to build what you have now?
Well, so the store itself, my buddy had some startup capital, and I put my video game collection in.
Okay.
Like I've been playing games since I was in elementary school. We opened an NES for Christmas, me, my brother, and sister in 1989, and I've been hooked ever since.
Okay.
And so I built up quite a bit. The storage units and various buying helped, because, oh, look, darn, I have piles of games and hardware. And then being an electronics repair guy too, because busted system, I can fix that.
Yeah.
And so I did. So I had a ton of stuff. I had enough stuff to stock a store. And so that really lent itself. I didn't have to go looking for inventory. I didn't have to have hundreds of thousands in capital to buy a bunch of wholesale goods. It just, it was the right time and the right place.
Perfect. And just looking around, I mean, it's just 2.5 years. It's just amazing growth that you've brought into this place. Because I know I've stopped in a couple times and I'm always seeing something new.
Well, and the community is really good about that, for one. As far as the product and stuff, I've expanded my wholesale. Sure. We've got Games Workshop for Warhammer. I'm getting Magic and Pokemon cards and working more and more into other TCGs. Always tried to stock controllers and all the cords you could ever need. That's all bought and sent to us wholesale, brand new. Everything else in the store, including this guy, just comes right on it. Like it never ceases to amaze me what walks in the door.
So opening an establishment like this, what are some of the ways that you went about to actually start your business here? As far as like getting the contract signed, making sure you had everything on display or whatever, or the whole crossing of the T's and dotting of the I's.
Yeah. So the process is actually relatively smooth. And I got lucky to a point as well. Like I kind of mentioned earlier, right time, right place. One of my core philosophies is the universe, God, whatever you want to attribute it to, something is pulling the strings and puts people and things where they're meant to be when they're meant to be there. This space, somebody that I had known, very acquaintance level, had been looking for somebody for a while, reached back out to me to ask if I knew of anybody. I'm like, well, it's funny that you asked. So, this space came in just as I'm looking to start the store. As far as things like incorporating, it's just an online form. You just go on and do that. You find yourself a good bookkeeper. You file the online form with the city for the business license. You get your resale license, again, another online form, and then you can start signing up with the wholesalers and the distribution and for the sales tax issues.
Okay.
So it is pretty straightforward and streamlined these days. It just takes, the connections. It takes knowing what to ask the Google box.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also asked about displaying things. And again, I was kind of lucky with the idea that I had been buying stuff for a while. And so I had some shelving. And the space, and you'll see the whole wall full of pegboard. That was part of the store when we moved in. It was
nice.
already done that way.
Carryover.
And so I just had to get some pegs and then some boards, and that's where we were putting games. So it's making do with what you got and then growing into the space that you have.
Very nice. So on that note, is it possible if we could go ahead and take a look around?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to go take a look around Rage Quit Games so you can know what to expect when you come walk in.
Hey, I want to break in here real quick because I got an important announcement to share with you from our sponsors. The Warrior Healing Center hockey jersey combines high-quality materials with an authentic design, making it a standout choice for hockey enthusiasts and fans alike. Crafted for durability, this jersey ensures long-lasting wear whether you're on the ice or cheering from the stands. This comfortable fit allows for ease of movement without compromising style, making it suitable for both performance and casual wear. Designed with attention to detail, this jersey reflects commitment to quality and authenticity. Elevate your game or show your support with the Warrior Healing Center hockey jersey today. Each one is custom created for our fans, so please allow 4 to 6 weeks for delivery. Provide contact info and you'll be notified when it's ready for pickup at Warrior Healing Center. Now, back to the interview.
All right, everyone, we're back, and now we're going to go ahead with Josh and take a look around what Rage Quit Games has on the inside.
Well, and we'll start right here where we first walk in.
Okay.
And this guy right here, this is an old Nintendo Red Tent, and this actually has local pedigree to it. This came out of the original Pizza Hut here in town.
Oh,
it is fully functional, but it just needs some love. And so it's one of those that eventually I'll have time to get it cleaned up and restored enough to where we'll have it in rotation for play. And then immediately thereafter is the controllers. As soon as you walk in, all of your basic controllers and cables, things like that. So you need a memory card for a GameCube, or you need a set of Wii controllers. It's the easy stuff to find right here. And part of what my formula is, and since I've got some of it up here, I'll stop real quick and show it, is we do 1 part store, 1 part hangout like the arcade,
mm-hmm.
and then 1 part museum, right?
Right.
And so like the playmat that's framed there, those are all drawn by Magic the Gathering artists. The dragon was signed by was drawn, and then his signature by the guy who did the Black Lotus art originally.
Mm-hmm.
And we got things like signed Star Wars pictures. These are signed by David Prowse, the guy who was in the Vader costume.
Very nice.
And they're part of that museum side of the pie, right? But we got all kinds of just amazing things. We do things both. We go to cons and I try and get stuff signed by people. So we got some collectibles. The people who can't go to these cons can't afford to go and do the maybe just want the thing. And we sell them at basically what we're into it for. Because when I go to do that, that's kind of the intent, is we're going in lieu of the person.
Okay.
We get all kinds of collectibles. We got, the collector edition stuff like The Last of Us there. We get new just statues such as Aang and action figures, even various toys and cosplay types. So like the motorized chainsaw and everything. And we've had a couple of people like the rocket up here, the Lego rocket. The guy had it at his house, and we don't own that. That's not mine. Okay. He just brought it in because he knew that if he kept it at the house, it would get knocked over and broken.
Mm-hmm.
So as we move forward, building the store more, we are moving more and more into board games, tabletop games. I mentioned we got Warhammer and Games Workshop as our distributors. This is one that we'd gotten in a while ago that I'm finally getting out. Gloomhaven's a fairly popular big game. You got your handheld games that live around here in the bags. And I try and keep the store in a fairly intuitive layout, And these are called Hue Forges. And this is fully 3D printed.
Oh, nice.
There's no paint or ink on these. So I print those as I can. Then we move on over here to the new shelf. This is just never more than a week and a half old. Any given weekend, the stuff that I highlight in the videos that we do on our Facebook page on Mondays, that gets shoved off to the regular floor. Part of it is to make it easy for the regulars so they can find the things, the newest, the latest, the greatest. But part of it, too, is practical because otherwise I got to shift everything on the shelves around 18 times a week because I got 3 games to put out.
Yeah.
Strategy guides, all the games that you see as you go through here, they're all free to hang out and play. I don't charge anybody to play the games that are in here. We are talking about possibly getting some pinball machines in here.
Okay.
Those ones will be coin up.
Right.
But that's the nature of what they are. They've got upkeep and stuff like that. And it's not even going to be mine. So that's kind of where that'll be. But it'll still be a minimal cost.
Very nice.
We have what we call our brag cabinets. And this is another part of that museum side of things. And as you scroll down and then back up, you got consoles on the wall. You got all kinds of stuff in here. And like the Tombstone PS5, that was from the Tombstone event out in Tombstone, the Red Dead event that was there. So, and that one's actually signed by everyone. If you want to get a shot from the side, the other side. So you get the back of the console.
Yes.
It is signed by everybody, the voice actors that were all there. So
Very
that
cool.
is one of 6 that was done, one of 2 that was done on black.
Okay.
And the only one that was officially signed by everybody in attendance. One of the other super new, as you kind of look down, we got rows and rows of games in here, but the cool nostalgia factor is the shelves themselves.
Yes.
These came out of Hastings.
Oh, okay.
This is the video game aisle, this one, and then we got one more row on the other side. The guy who bought them when they closed sold them to us. And so the original translights, the original marketing materials
Outstanding.
Still, not the original CRT,
No.
but, and it does actually work. I usually get game trailers playing on it, And so let's see if I paused it or turned it off so you can kind of see as it warms up, you got some old game trailers and commercials, some modern ones. This is the new God of War game that's coming out, is where I paused it when I turned it off. But we got that nostalgia hit, right?
Like it. I like it.
The Vectrix is one of the crown jewels, and one of these days I'll figure out power again. It's been hooked up traditionally, but since we did the rearranging, I don't have power close by. But this is from 1982. It's as old as I am. Fully self-contained video game system, and it works on vector-based graphics.
Okay.
So just sharp, straight lines. It does take cartridges, but Mindstorm is built into it.
Oh, nice.
So there's that. And just so much more. Like I said, a whole other row of shelves. We got wall art. We got Funkos. The board games and accessories for card games and stuff are living back here. This is the current where we've got them currently. So yeah, that's where we're at as far as the store itself. But we've only barely touched on one part of that 3-part or 2 parts of that pie, right? We talked about the museum stuff. We talked about the store stuff.
Right.
Now let's go in here.
Okay.
So as you can see, it is the game room.
Amazing.
Right? And what we've got going on in here is nothing but play.
Oh wow, this is nice.
Whole room, and this is your first time seeing it. You did not walk back here before, I promise.
Yes.
This is
nice.
still somewhat a work in progress, but this is all about hanging out in here, guys. And I'm going to step out and let him walk around while I talk.
It's a nice, comfortable environment.
But it is entirely about hanging out. We will not have for sale product in here at any given time. That is not the intent. We have tables and we have the various systems. This is where we run our Mario Kart tournaments. This is just about cultivating that cool hangout. For those of you that grew up in the area where there's, basements, hanging out in your friend's basement. We're not trying to have it be super, super bright in here, but we don't want it to feel gross either. So we got all the main systems. We got a tube TV with Duck Hunt even. We got a secondary system that will have various systems hooked up. Currently, we got a 64 and a Steam Deck on it. And again, it's just about having a cool place for nerds and geeks and gamers to come in, hang out, have a good time, and kind of start reattaching to society again. Like traditionally, the nerd and geek community is one that has a stereotype of basement dweller. They never leave the basement kind of thing.
Right.
That goes back for decades. But then we added Twitch and streaming and online gaming, and we gave them a reason to never leave. Then COVID came along, and we told them, don't leave the basement or you'll die. So there's a lot of damage there. There's a lot of things to unpack on an already introverted community that has a hard time connecting. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're trying to help, in the modern age where that's harder to do in the first place. So that's what this is about.
Very nice. I like this.
One of my favorite recent additions that I finally had a spot to put up is the Assassin's Creed 3 flag.
Oh, cool.
Because that takes place during the Revolution. I 3D printed the Tomahawk.
Okay.
But yeah.
You do 3D imagery here too?
I don't do any kind of imagery. I don't do...
or that was just personal?
I just did that one because I wanted to do it. Okay. Honestly, I don't even know where I'm going to set up my printers after this now. I'm still trying to hash that spot out. But a lot of the prints, and especially when people have come to me asking about custom printing, and even before the renovation and I was printing, I would send them, and him, Angel.
Yes, Simba's Print Shop.
Simba's Print Shop, exactly. Great guy. He consigned a lot of his stuff in here. I really helped him get his feet under him as he first was learning to print. Mm-hmm. And so I love the guy. He's almost like a brother to me. And I will always tell you guys to check him out if you're looking for custom printing.
Good guy. He's been on a couple times. Always happy to have him on to show off his latest crafts.
Oh, and Simba is just the dolliest of fuzzballs. He's so floofy. And then I'm going to pause here real quick, too. Because this was just finished with another veteran. Her name's Angela.
Okay.
She had approached us several months ago, and knowing that we were butted up against a renovation, we didn't lock any in or anything, but she did this recently. She just finished. I actually gave her a shout out in our video yesterday.
Okay.
But local artist type has done this. She's looking at other ideas for some of the other more awkward spots of the store for us to hang stuff, so that way she can do something with those spaces as well. Mm-hmm. So, as you're in here, keep looking for little Easter egg level things like that. They may not be so in your face as Master Hand, but
there are definitely, like, when you look around, you literally have to look around. I mean, even look high, because there's a lot of fun stuff here.
Lots of Stitch for one.
Yep.
My Stitch being my spirit animal.
Definitely Stitch.
Trying to find a way to use that recessed corner, that raised, like sunken living room, but raised ceiling. Mm-hmm. It's just an awkward dead space. And so how can you do that? And so all of those actual pop holders there, I printed those.
Okay.
And, I'm way behind on printing more because I got tons more to put up. So there's that.
A few moments later.
All right, we just had a big tour of Rage Quit Games. Totally amazing. You got to keep your eyes open when you're around here. You got to look low, you got to look high, you got to look against the wall. And when you think you saw everything, don't forget that little corner spot out the corner of your eye. Anybody know that Doctor Who reference? I do.
Wife's actually rewatching Doctor Who now.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
Just changed away from Rose being the companion.
Okay. Yeah, I know who you're going to. Went from Rose and it went to
I forget her name. The one in the wedding
Dr.
dress.
Jones. Oh yeah, she was. Yeah, Catherine Tate. She was for that.
Yep.
One episode. Then it went to Dr. Jones. Martha. No, not Martha. What? But then eventually goes to her.
Yes, because when I left the house this morning, it was the episode where she teleported onto the.
It goes all over the place.
Absolutely. just like at my conversations. Look, rabbit hole.
Boo, shiny object. Oh. But I appreciate coming out here today. Thank you for sharing a few moments of your time with us.
Absolutely.
I totally appreciate it. And especially, it's good, it doesn't matter how old you are. Doesn't matter, veteran, civilian, kid, adult, whatever the case may be. Come on out. Always a good time out here. Especially that room just went in for the first time. And it was the first time I went in there. It's true. Just to get away.
Mm-hmm.
Now I got to ask, you got anything, maybe a little brewing up before a little something that we might not know yet? Maybe a little something a sliver, something to touch on?
Yeah, absolutely. So we got, a sale going on. We got several times a year we do fundraising, and we haven't hashed out everything yet. The full announcement will come out in a couple 2 weeks or so. But we are actually supporting your guys down there, the Veteran Warrior Healing Center guys.
Okay.
We've done that several summers in a row now. Last year, we gave away a Halo 5 Xbox One that was signed by Master Chief and Cortana. A Mario signed 3DS XL, signed by the man himself. Every version of Mario, Wario, everybody. But this year, we're still hashing out the finalization of the pricing, but I will show, and we have a signed Gimli that we got done at Fan Fusion this year, a couple weeks ago. And he was kind enough, when we told him that we were doing this for Warrior Healing Center, he donated headshots, signed headshots. So this will be bundled with a signed 8x10 as well.
That's awesome.
So this is your teaser, your exclusive teaser. First look at the prizes.
There you go.
Okay. And then, Eric, you did allude to it at the beginning about the best of.
Yes.
That's going to round out our summer as a whole.
And you made several different lists, if I'm not mistaken. Not only did he make, what was it? Shop of the top
best
3?
game store.
Best game store top 3. But, and we're talking veteran-owned business. We got to touch on this. We are with one of the top 3 in veteran-owned businesses.
And honestly, I was surprised to see that I was nominated for it. Usually, the last couple of years, we've just stuck to the retail and shopping. So this first time that we were nominated outside of that grouping as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
But I was absolutely floored and flabbergasted to be in the top 3. It's rarefied air, with Doc's Watering Hole and Warrior Healing Center rounding out the top 3. Happy, as cliche as it is, just to be there. It's stiff competition, and I was telling you when you first came in here today, again, it's a big deal that you were nominated in that category, so congratulations to yourself on that.
Thank you. But seeing that you made a top 3 just means, your name's out there, people trust in you, people know who you are, so when they go on there, I know when I go on there, like going, oh, I definitely heard of them, I know this is a good business, I've either heard a lot of things, and Rage Quit, I'm honestly not surprised. That was huge congratulations on making top 3.
Thank you.
And hopefully, like you were talking about earlier, if you make it there, it's like you took out Doc's and Warrior Healing Center.
Absolutely. They're great businesses. They, on a practical side of things, they have a much wider base and reach than I do. Mm-hmm. So even just on a logical side, to get my hopes up, but it's the same reason you pick and choose what you're going to do when you hit the Powerball. It's like you let yourself have that little bit of But, I am very happy, even if it is just third place.
No matter the case, yeah, I mean, top three, it's just amazing in itself. And it's a huge thank you to the community just for putting them down, trusting in them. And obviously, there's going to be a lot more great things to come. And if you want to follow him to follow up on what he's got coming up in the future, follow his socials.
Mostly Facebook. We do cross post a little bit, and as I expand staff, we will get more onto various other platforms as well. But Facebook is the best way to keep up with our sales, events, including the upcoming raffle, and just even what's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
I do a live spot every Monday.
Yep.
In the evening time, sometime around 5 o'clock ish, we do a Facebook Live. I try and post the pictures on Wednesdays. That way you can watch the video and get a kind of a leg up on the people that just, so if you're paying attention, you might get that thing before the other guy.
His social is very active. Like he said, I follow it. I can always catch something new because it always pops in my feed. So it is very active. You're going to catch something. Keep your eyes out. Amazing stuff's coming. Thank you very much for today. I truly appreciate it.
Absolutely. I appreciate you coming on down.
I've been fighting for you. I've been trying to get out here.
I know. You came in about New Year's and really was laying it on, and then everything went crazy. But, when every day is crazy, crazy's just another Tuesday, and it Rage Quit Games.
3. Let me try and get them now.
Well, and it Rage Quit Games, every day is Tuesday.
Every day is Tuesday. All right, we're going to go head back to the studio. I got some final words myself, and I'm going to tell you about what's coming up in the coming weeks, to include Stand Up for Freedom this Saturday, June 27th from 4 to 9. We're behind the Warrior Healing Center in the alleyway. 40 plus vendors, 8 food vendors, lots of stuff for the kids, lots of things going on. You definitely want to come check it out. You might run into a couple people that you didn't think would be out there.
And then when you're done baking in the sun, come on down that afternoon and get in the AC and play some Mario Kart.
That's right. And believe me, it's very cool in here. Cool with games, cool with air, and cool drinks too. All right, we're heading back to the studio. Seeing you in a moment.
Take care.
Hey, and we're back. Wow, what did I tell you? That's pretty nice. If you have not been to Rage Quit Games yet, you really need to go. That place has grown so much. I was in there maybe a year ago, and it was getting together. I mean, it was together, but I didn't know how much more was coming. And as you've just seen, there's so much, including that other side room. That wasn't there before. And now he's made that into a big, huge game room. Wow, that's pretty cool. And it's for everybody, the young, old, civilian, veteran, whatever the case may be, introvert, extrovert, whatever. If you just need a place to go in there, relax, chill, be calm, something, gaming's your thing with others, or maybe off to the side by yourself, you got one of those handheld games, or on your phone, whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be. It's going there, having a good time, and he's got a lot of amazing items out there. As you saw, just that one piece that was signed, because he goes out to exhibitions, vendor events, comic cons, anime cons, all the like. Always good to go out there. Always check it out. Hey, I found some Doctor Who stuff. I found a Tom Baker action figure from well back when. I scooped that up. I'm surprised nobody scooped it up, but probably not that many Whovens. But, Star Wars, Star Trek. My precious. For me, sonic screwdriver all the way, baby. Okay, so definitely go check out Rage Quit Games. You will find them on Fry. You will find all the information in the description above and or the comments below, depending on where you're watching this video. Now, next week, another first timer is showing up, and we're going to their place of business. So, if you want to have a photographic moment, go ahead and get your cameras out, because we're going to be spending some time at one of the photography studios, home-based business. If you want to know more, wife of a veteran, So it's all intermixed. You want to know more? Tune in next Thursday at 5 because I will have that show ready for you. As well as I've got a lot of other stuff coming up on my podcast, Gen X Grit, Veteran-Owned Business Built Different. You can catch it all on my YouTube channel at _ERIKZ. Lots of good stuff coming that way. Not only some in Cochise County, but a lot outside Cochise County, outside Arizona. So you definitely want to tune in. Got this thing going strong. But the main thing is to get those businesses heard as loud as possible for people like you watching and wanting to know what businesses are in Arizona that I don't know about yet. That's why I'm here. My business is to make their business heard. And you heard it here first at Cochise County Veteran-Owned Business, Thursday at 5 with me, Erik Z. Goodness gracious. Oh, I got to call it a day. I will see you all next week. Bye.